Alright guys, let's do a bow and then let's get running round.
Yes, good hustle, keep it going.
Are we listening? What? Are we listening?
Well, here we are again. It's Friday, yeah, got our weaponry. Dadjitsu. Hello again, people.
This is episode 41.
It is. Oh, we missed 40.
No, last week was 40, I think.
No, but we didn't make a big... Did we say? I thought we said 39 last week.
Don't know.
Lost count ages ago. But it's...
Fast approaching episode 50.
Yeah. Well, is that going to be round about Halloween, or are we going to be before? Oh, Halloween's probably going to be before that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need something to go on for Halloween and something to go for episode 50.
Well, we're going to do the ghost stories on Halloween.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I've been thinking about them.
Yeah.
I've got a few. They're not just ghost stories. I've got a few other little weird and wonderful things.
Tales of the unexpected.
Yeah, creaking door, maybe like a thriller.
Maybe. Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll have a think. Yeah.
But yeah, there's been some. Let's have a word from our sponsors.
Oh, I've got some somewhere as well. Shall I get the wipes so they can
Go
see
for it? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Grapplers soap, Mr. Bassett's Grapplers soap to be precise. Fantastic wipes. If you've got impetigo, staph,
We haven't got that, of course.
no,
you go.
ringworm.
Take it to stand up.
If you don't want those things to happen, scabies, then use Mr. Bassett's wipes after you train.
Scurvy.
Scurvy.
Black
Get yourself Black Death.
Plague.
Get yourself in the shower. Use the soap. It's just banging. Just support local. They're great products.
Yep.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Yeah. It's a great product. Well, there's a lot of shit out there, isn't there? But this is genuinely a really good product. Give it a try.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to refer you to another podcast, the Charles Ogan Experience. Owner Flanagan, Charles, whatever his name is. They did a good interview with a dermatologist when he was in America. And she talks all about how to treat it. And she refers to this protocol of bleach bathing. So basically she said you can do it with household bleach. You can put like half a cap in a bath. And if you're she refers to it as colonized with staph.
Right.
So you keep getting like repeated like pimples or like staph infection essentially. It might not be that bad, but like low grade staph infection, like you need to do like a bleach bath where you like fully clean yourself out.
Do you need like super hot water or what?
No, she said just like normal heat. So I'm sure if you Google bleach bath staph, like you probably find some protocols for it.
Interesting.
But yeah, I know when I've spoken about like bleaching things, people are a bit like, oh fucking hell, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, why not? Like it's not that bad. Like, I've got bleach from Brian. I think it's chlorine. And I just use a
Brush.
Yeah, toilet brush. A earbud.
Yeah.
And just dab it on anything that looks dodgy.
Yeah. And that's topical though, isn't it? That's it if it's like already there and getting quite bad.
Well,
Is that right?
no. Like if I've got a spot on my arm and I think I've trained and stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna just bleach the shit out of that just in case. When I've had ringworm, I've bleached it. Because it just kills anything it comes in contact with. It doesn't like burn through your skin. It's not like hydrochloric acid. But you water it down and you just... Actually, to be honest, I stopped watering it down. I just slap it on.
Be a man.
Fucking hard. But yeah, I mean, obviously, none of this is medical advice, so please don't do what we're telling you to do. However...
It works.
Yeah. And that was from a dermatologist, so...
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Especially the fact that it's household bleach. You would think that it'd be...
She says you're making hypochlorous acid, which is what that CSH is.
What, by mixing it with water?
I don't know. She just said making that. So she mentioned a few products that they have in America and stuff. But she did say at the end, she was like, you could just do it with household bleach.
Right.
So
crazy. You heard it here.
Speak to your local bleach dealer. Big Bry.
He does a good line.
Yeah. And rain. who aren't bleach dealers.
I was going to say,
they are a sponsor of the podcast. So Rain Clothing.
That segue was brilliant. Rain do bleach too.
For environmentally friendly jiu-jitsu based clothing.
Yeah.
Great company. Support local. Supporting, British grapplers. And
100%.
yeah, there's a great company. So go and buy their shit. Use code Dadjitsu 15% off.
That's a good
at
deal.
checkout.
That's a good deal.
They've got new designs out and stuff like that you might have seen me wearing around the gym. So
Yeah, I feel like they're one of the ones that are they're updating designs really fast. Like there's always new stuff. It feels like I feel like it's good to see.
and we're gonna have our. I was hoping it was going to arrive by now, but next week I think it'll be here, and we'll both be sporting our new no-gi set. So keep your eyes out for that.
Can you wait?
Get in contact with us if you want one of those.
Looks great, doesn't it? Yeah. Really happy. Took a few iterations, didn't it? But I think we're happy with the design now.
Buzzing.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about women in jiu-jitsu and the state of female competitive jiu-jitsu. There was some things going on socials this month about the ADCC trials, and this has been an ongoing thing, but Inyana Goodman won ADCC trials. She was one of the winners of the first ADCC European trials, which women don't qualify for the ADCC Worlds if they win. They have to do the second one. I believe if you win the first one, they will fly you out to the second one. But it basically means nothing if you win the first one. You don't get any qualification. You're just winning a competition, essentially. So you have to win the second one to qualify for Worlds. And you don't have to win both of them. You only have to win the second one. But Inyana Goodman was kind of making the point, and a few others were making the point that actually, look, why? Like, in this day and age, like, women's jiu-jitsu is growing. They're looking for equal rights. And why don't they have a 16-woman bracket as like the men do, rather than an 8-woman bracket?
There's certainly enough competitors.
There are enough competitors, and I think in this day and age of women's sport, like, women's rugby, football, and cricket are much bigger now. They're getting big audiences, and women's jiu-jitsu, there are a lot of big names now, and the more it's featured, the more the top girls are going to be, more like household names and things like that. I think she's got a really good point. I think they should be expanding the brackets. Obviously, they put in a third division last year, which is progress. They added they increased the pay for showing up. Like, you get paid to show up now, and they increased the prize pot, which is great. The next step really is expanding it into 16-woman brackets, I think. And it's a shame. I think after she put out the things on socials, other women were sort of responding by saying, being a bit negative about it and being like, why even bother entering the first one? Because you're not going to qualify. Just enter the second one. You've won the easy one. And then now you're saying that you deserve to qualify, but all the best names aren't there because they know that they're not going to qualify. And on the one hand, I'm kind of like, yeah, I can see that. If you're serious about qualifying and that's your main goal, you go to the second one. You don't go to the first one. But I don't know. It just seems, why are they even bothering? Why do they even bother having a women's competition on the first one? Yeah. If it's not going to be a qualifier, they're calling it the trials.
Yeah, there shouldn't even be a first or a second. It should be just a qualifying. Element. Crazy. I think so. Is there a big difference in pay?
I think there was. I think it used to be a different prize pot. And then Fionn sort of spoke out when all the CJI stuff was going on. And now I believe, I may be wrong, that the women's pot is the same as the men's. So
which is
win
right and proper, isn't it?
What you get paid for showing up is the same.
That's obviously the way it should be, because they're all just competitors, aren't they?
Yeah, that's not taking into account the secret show money for the big names.
Yeah.
I think if you're just an average name, you get 10 grand for showing up. Big names will be bartering for a lot more than that.
Yeah, but that's again, that's not a gender thing, is it?
No, I'm
So
sure
that's-
Fion, if she said, if they were like, oh, we really want you, we're inviting you to come, and she
Yeah.
said, I'm not coming unless you pay me 50 grand.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd be like, well, you're the goat. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Because that's then based on your brand, your stock, isn't it? And
Yeah.
your draw, rather than your gender.
Which is the same in any sport, essentially, isn't it? If you're
Yeah.
the top of the tree and you're female or male, you can.
command the
You
most.
should be getting paid more than the newbies, the
Yeah.
people who are just coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about it? You know, women's sport in general isn't as popular as men's sport.
No, I mean, is it?
So do you think they should get paid the same as men?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's because they are as a team or an individual, depending on the sport, they are putting the same amount of effort and work into, getting to the level they're at. Do you know what I mean? I suppose the counter argument is if it's not as popular, there's not as much money and draw in it. So from a business point of view, which might be where it's coming from, that it's not. They're not getting as much return for an investment in what they're getting paid, But I do think that, as you say, women's sport is, in general, it's just on the up, isn't it? I think things like the Lions, the female Lions, the England football women's team done a huge thing for
Lionesses, mate.
Lionesses. Sorry.
You're part of the problem.
I know. Well,
How dare you misgender their team?
misgender their animal. The Lionesses, yeah. It's great to see, but I think it's probably just going to be a longer road than people would want it to be.
In this day and age, sport, here's one for you. We're all tuning in to see great matches. Are the matches that are technical and exciting as fun as watching a match that maybe is slightly less technical, but let's say equally as exciting, between people who have got like big personalities? So let's say it's two really boring people that no one cares about. No one even knows who they are because they're like up and comers.
Yeah.
They have a super technical, because the technical ability is as good as anyone in the world. Super technical match, super exciting back and forth. Is that as exciting to watch and enjoyable to watch as two people who are big names and they've got a big personality, they hate each other maybe. Maybe the fight's not as technical, maybe it's not even as exciting, but because there's all that stuff going into the match, because they've got massive profiles on social media, let's be honest, that's what we're talking about. That's how everyone gets their profile across. They've got really great personalities and they hate each other. Which match is more enjoyable to watch?
To me, it's obvious. It's the more technical, boring guys are the more for the people that maybe do that sport. But I would say, by a landslide, a much bigger proportion of people are going to watch the second type of match, because you're going to get a lot of armchair. You're going to get the people that do the sport, and you're going to get people that are really diehard fans of the sport. Then you're going to get the outer rim with the armchair fans and the casuals, and because they're not just watching the sport, they're watching the personalities and the interplay of all that, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It becomes more of a performance piece because of that. You look at some of the biggest sort of boxing matches and stuff. It's
the rivalry.
It's the rivalry. Hagler Hearn, man. In this, they were both, top of the tree. But what made it absolutely amazing was the fact they fucking hated each other.
Yeah,
and they wanted to kill each other.
So then that translates gender, doesn't it? It transcends gender.
Yeah,
So the argument's always been, the men draw in more money because more people are interested and more fans, etc. But now with social media, I don't know, look up how many followers has Fion got. I'm too far away from my phone. I need it. Oh, it's in my pocket.
Are you following? Oh, that's my fucking video again. Yeah. Notice that Instagram video I sent you. Do you remember that back in the day that there was a meme that you could get sent, and it was like, click on this link, and it was it turned your volume up, and it was like a loud porn video. Is there a, while we're doing it, would you say
Fion Davis.
Would you say that there is a
Have you written Fiona? No.
Fiona.
Top one.
Would you say that there is a like a proper female rivalry in jiu-jitsu?
We'll get to that. How many has she got?
240k.
So she's got 240k. That's quite a few. So for me, it's like people always make the argument men draw more eyes to the sport, things like that. And I guess you could make the argument that is true because I guess Gordon Ryan's got 1 million followers. He's the GOAT of the men. She's the GOAT of the women. It's only 240. So that's fair enough. However, that being said, if an organisation did a really good job building up like a rivalry, so one that I can think of, everyone wants to see Helena versus Phil. Like, that would be a massive match.
That's the ultimate match, isn't it?
Yeah. We're not going to see that, but on the Polaris, November the 1st, that I am on.
Yeah. Clang.
Helena's going to be there. She's fighting that Suleiman. They had a match in the squads. Suleiman, I think, won that match. No one really knows who that Suleiman is, like, outside of the UK. I mean, I guess she's got a bigger following now, probably from squads. But generally, she's a UK sort of name, up-and-coming name. That's an exciting match. Like, because there's a bit of backstory behind it now. I care about that match.
Yeah.
You know, you could make the argument the technical level of those two isn't as good as, let's say, I don't fucking know, you know, two of the best men. But then you could pick two men who like, and be like, oh yeah, they're going to face each other. I'm like, I don't really care about that. Like, Bordoni went up against Lucas Kennard. I don't really care about that much. But they're probably technically better at jiu-jitsu than Suleiman and Helena.
I guess guys like us...
I care about the Suleiman and Helena match because there's a bit of backstory to it. There's a bit of fight to it. And you're like, this is interesting.
The best fights are a better story.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the way they built that boxing over the decades. You know, it's you are way more invested in it because we love a story, don't we? You know, that's why people watch movies. And, you know, it's...
I guess what I'm saying, like, if an organisation can build women's jiu-jitsu into this collection of stories and rivalries and this person's on the way up and then they lost a mid-match and they're like in the way that UFC have done over the years, then there's no reason why women's jiu-jitsu women shouldn't be getting paid as much as men. Because like you're right, they're putting in the same amount of work, the same amount of effort, so that's fine. Maybe you could argue that the skill level is a little bit below men, but probably because they haven't been doing it as long. Like just generally, women haven't been doing jiu-jitsu to that level as long as men have. You know, men are probably have probably more of a propensity to be better at physical pursuits.
Yeah, but isn't that
than
relative?
Women because of like genetics and things like that.
But isn't that relative? Because obviously they're not fighting men; they're fighting.
No, but what I mean is like if people say like, oh, the skill, let's say football. When you watch women's football, like it's not as good as watching men's football. Like, I know you don't watch football, but like the skill level it's not as good. Yeah, okay. Like because they just haven't been playing it and being coached at that high level for as long. And men are just they are better.
Physically,
at physical pursuits.
Yeah.
Yes, it's relative. But people would make the argument like, oh, the men should be getting paid more because they are actually just better at doing it. So I get that, but I don't think it's about that. I think it's about excitement and what people want to see. Yeah. And like a women's match, even though like the women's footballers might not be as technically good, like you could get a thrilling match to watch, like back and forth, like really exciting match. Yeah. And to be honest, like with the jiu-jitsu setting, like the difference between the top women and the top men, it takes a high-level grappler to probably even be able to see the difference. Most people watching it are like, it just looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
So, yeah, I think the women should get paid as much because they're bringing their own eyes to the sport. They're bringing eyes to the sport because people follow the female grapplers on social media and things like that. They're interested, and the more organizations build the rivalries and build, God, we want to see certain matches, the more, it's people are interested.
It's the same thing, isn't it? And like you said, the UFC have done a good job of it, like with the, Ronda and Amanda Nunes and those kind of guys. There was real rivalry there. They did a really good job of creating those stories, which is what sells broadly. isn't it? You know, it's and as you said, most people watching it, they're not going to get those little nuances in terms of the difference in the skill level. It's just exciting matchup, isn't it? You know, and I don't know. I think there's the element of a rivalry. It adds so much to the excitement of a fight. Adds so much, doesn't it? Arguably, if I had to choose between a really technical match that was boring or a really exciting match that was low, I'd definitely choose the second one.
Yeah.
Because you are more entertained by watching it, aren't you? And at that level, it's still high level. It's still world-class level, isn't it? You know, I think what you lose in that, maybe whatever percent of technical proficiency or whatever, you gain so much more by it just being an exciting thing to watch. Yeah. You know. So maybe that's what they'll start to do.
There's two good cards. I think it's Fionn, because Fionn started with the UFC, and she said she is on the Polaris on the first.
Yeah.
And she's taking on Maggie. What's her name? I've got to look it up. It's like Cicerelli, something like that. She's like American, but she's sort of European and that sort of thing. That'll be a really good match. But I think it says that it's her last match.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find her. Yeah, Fionn's last match, because she signed with the UFC.
Right.
But then also Helena's on that card, and I was like,
yeah.
I thought I was like, it'd be good if it was like I can't find it. It would be Margot Cicerelli. Sorry, that's
okay.
It would be good if it was like an eliminator, and then they're going to fight in the final. But I don't think it is, because I think they're for titles and stuff, and it's
shame.
So I wonder whether that Helena and Fionn match will happen in the UFC.
Yeah, well, if she's signed with the UFC, it's the only way it can happen, isn't it? It's a shame. I mean, Polaris did the women's teams thing, just moving on to the teams thing. I think that's it's good that that's starting to happen now.
Yeah, and I think that has built, I think Polaris are one of the leading organisations now for featuring women's jiu-jitsu, and they did catch a bit of flack a couple of years back, I think it was. Polaris and Grapplefest, I think, were getting flack for not really featuring enough women's matches.
Right.
I think Fionn spoke out against, maybe it was Grapplefest. And, I don't know, there was a bit of beef back and forth. But I think Polaris have done a really good job of turning that round. And obviously you had the women's squads. It looks like the card I'm on has got the two headline matches of women's matches. Yeah. And they're interesting matches. They're ones people want to see. They're like the best girls that people are like, I'm really buzzing to see those matches.
I guess it's sorry, carry on.
Yeah. I just think they are leading the way at the moment with women's jiu-jitsu and featuring matches that people want to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I think maybe it's just, sorry to use the UFC analogy again. So obviously the men's MMA was very much a thing, and then they built the women's thing up afterwards, didn't they? You know, they had Ronda was the first kind of poster girl, and maybe that's just the natural progression. It's just not fully there yet. Fionn is obviously the GOAT, and maybe just Helena, and they just need a few more, personalities like that who are world class. And there's plenty of them around, isn't there? You know, there are plenty of killers.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's a little bit behind the men's game, because if you look at every club, it's probably it's
probably what you meant, yeah.
Probably somewhere between a 5 to 10 to 1 ratio.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
So, it's obviously a bit behind. Hopefully, the more that women's matches are being featured on big cards and stuff, the more women are going to come through. And, the more women are in teams, it's just builds, doesn't it?
It does. You never know, do you? I mean, look at our class. What would you say the proportion of boys to girls is in the class?
Oh, in the kids. The kids is a bit different. It seems like it's more. There's more girls than there are in the adult classes.
That's kind of what I was.
Because you're trying to get your kids doing stuff.
That's kind of the point I was making. Yeah. Well, I wonder how many.
You hope that they're going to stick with it.
Yeah. Maybe there's just more girls fall off. I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's a sport that is going to appeal more to boys than girls.
Yeah. It's the whole physical piece.
Boys and girls aren't the same.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're not into the same things. There are crossovers. There are things that boys and girls are into that are the same. But this is quite a boy endeavour, grabbing hold of each other and fucking beating each other up. Like
Primarily as well, not talking societally.
Not 8 out of 10 boys enjoy doing that.
Yeah, and I think it's it's important in some ways for boys to have that rough and tumble, isn't it? Yeah,
and it's important for girls as well. But
I
think if you took 10 girls and said, right, we're just going to beat each other up, like which ones like enjoyed that, which ones, you know, I'd say maybe it's like 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know, so it's less of the girls. And I'm probably being a bit generous. It's probably less than that.
There is a primal element. I think I read something recently about a study. There was a study done with, they took 10 girls and 10 boys and they gave the girls trucks to play with and they gave the boys dollies. And he said over 50% of or even more than that, the boys, they'd be fighting with the dollies. And the girls put the trucks in little beds and basically treat them like dollies. And it's just like, who knows whether that's societal or whether it's primal but it was definitely happening.
I think it's both.
It probably is, yeah. But it's just an interesting study that there was no coercion. It was just, here you go, here's the classically boy toy for you and here's the classically girl toy for you. And they just did the opposite of what you would expect, sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, well, not the opposite of what they did. What you would expect.
Yeah, I guess.
In a way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's an interesting study.
I saw this funny thing the other day, and it said non-binary.
Here we go. Go on. This is going to top my lioness comment. Go on.
Non-binary in Italian is pronounced non-binarino or non-binarini, depending on your gender.
Amazing. The irony.
I said that to one of my Italian clients. He went, yeah.
Wow. Fair play.
Yeah.
Where do you?
Maybe they're going to create a non-binarino.
Which is the one in the middle.
Yeah. But it's interesting, isn't it? How Latin languages have a feminine and a masculine version.
Do they all have that? I didn't know. I thought it was just French.
I think I think it's French, Spanish, Italian, maybe Greek.
Oh wow!
Like those sort of Latin languages have that. So what happens? Like let's say in 1,000 years where there's no gender. How do the languages structure? How does it?
Well, language is always developing, isn't it? You know, like it's constantly in a state of flux. Stephen Fry said. I saw an interview with him, and he was saying language is constant. Like slang always ends up in, so a certain slang always ends up in the Oxford Dictionary. So it's like the word meld was never a word, but then they mixed the word melt and weld, and then meld, and it was a slang term, and then it became a word once it got into I think it's the Oxford Dictionary is the standard. So I think it's always developing and changing. I think bussing is probably going to be in words like that.
What is that?
I think it means good. I don't know. We need to ask the kids in our class, don't we?
Bussing.
One thing I do know is
BUSSIN, like you're taking buses.
You could be.
I've been bussing my way around town.
What I do know is you bust these words out in class, and all the teenagers just start going, "Oh my god, oh my god, please stop." There's a funny clip of a dad pulling up to a drive-through.
I've seen
Have you
that,
seen this? And he's just like, "What up, my G? Oh, weird flex. Oh, just been. You got any nuggets? If you do, I'm going to do the gritty." I'm buzzing in.
Australia.
Stop! Yeah, I think it's language is always changing. So I think language will go along with that if that happened. What's interesting is English, I think, is a mix of Latin and Germanic. I think so. It's a mixture of like a Latin language, which is all soft, and Germanic, which is very like staccato, like da 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 da. Which is why we don't. Our language is quite staccato. It doesn't sound like French and Spanish and Italian, which is very soft and kind of almost mumbly, aren't they?
Yeah.
But we don't have those male and female elements.
No.
It's funny how it changes.
Yeah.
You know, you read Old English. It's like it's almost like you almost can't understand it.
That's much more like Latin, isn't it? It's much more flowy and sort of.
Yeah.
I wonder if after during that time we were invaded by the fucking Vikings or something.
Well, the Vikings. I don't know. I need to do a bit of history on that. Might be the Anglo-Saxons. Probably
Normans.
the
Is
Normans.
that the French?
Normans is French, yeah. So maybe the Normans brought over the Latin.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah,
it
would have been the French.
Yeah, bloody
Stinking
French.
pigs. Are they pigs or are we pigs?
I guess it depends on who you ask. If you ask a Frenchman, we're probably the pigs.
Yeah,
English
pigs.
pig dog.
Yeah, that's it. What? Yeah, they're frogs. Sorry, they're frogs.
Yeah.
And we're pigs.
I think like a mild bit of racism on a Friday
Yeah, I mean,
afternoon.
it's not racist
I don't know.
because
Is it racist?
it's nationalist.
Nationalist, yeah.
Because
I suppose it is.
the French aren't a race, are they? A race refers to like your genetic profile, maybe, or nowadays race refers to your skin color, doesn't it?
I guess
Really?
I guess you can't
What is race?
be racist to someone with the same skin color.
Yeah, it would be like a national sort of like nationalist.
What is funny is in this country how accepted hating the French is,
Yeah,
and probably how acceptable hating the English is in France.
yeah. It's just
It's so
a dumb
silly because it's
thing.
like you're the nearest country to us.
Yeah. I think that's just normal though, isn't it? It's like England, Portsmouth hates Southampton.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You wouldn't if you were saying scummer, you wouldn't say that's racist.
No,
You'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
that's what it is.
But if you say
yeah.
like French frog, you're like, oh, that's racist. But what's the difference? It's no difference.
It's no difference. But like, my hometown, Burnley and Blackburn hate each other. It's because of football. Same as Pompey and Southampton. Is it right that I could be getting this wrong? But someone told me that the term scum is an acronym because many years ago there was loads of work taken from Portsmouth dockyard workers, maybe by Southampton community union members.
Yeah,
Scum.
that's it. Yeah, I think
Hence the
that
name
is
scummer.
it. I think that is
Uh-huh.
it. Yeah, and I think they refer to the Pompey people as skates.
Okay. Is that because of all
Because
the
of like
matlows?
the Navy thing,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And I think at sea, apparently, people in the Navy, anyone that we know who's in the Navy could confirm or deny this, that they used to fuck skates. The fish skate apparently was good to stick your dick in.
Really? What, like the manta ray looking thing?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
No, you fuck a skate.
Fuck the skate. They're just surely there's better options than a fucking dustbin lid
Maybe in the
looking thing.
gill.
It's risky though, isn't it?
In the gill, it'd be all right. I think there's
I
no
don't know,
teeth
they
around
have gill
there.
plates though, some fish, don't they?
Gill plate. Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, would you risk it?
It depends how long I've been at sea for. I
Yeah. It's
suppose.
like, well, I'm going to die of scurvy tomorrow, so fuck it.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on the not now, obviously in this day and age, but maybe back in like the 1700s or something.
Yeah. Options were limited.
Yeah.
Standards were lower.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So there we go.
We're lucky.
We are lucky.
We're lucky we don't have to fuck fish. Jesus. We don't know we're born.
Yeah. Interesting one. Yeah, I think that's probably us. We can't come back from that.
No, that's it. Let's end on a bombshell.
We can't come back from that.
Mate.
Yeah.
There was something else we we're going to talk about, but we can talk about it next time. Women's sports, it's good that it's doing well.
I think it is great.
They're on the up.
I think it's flourishing big time at
Yeah.
the moment. I mean, there's still work to do. I think they should. There was some talk about them changing the rules this year to allow for more competitors to enter the ADCC. That I think I'd be well on board with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
There was some talk as well about this year, like this ADCC not being very good.
Oh, really?
On the Simple Man podcast, they were saying they thought because now Mo's not running it and it's in Poland, the American people were like, oh, it's going to go back and it's going to be shit, and then maybe the one after that will be good because they'll be like, oh, we need to improve it again. But
But we don't know.
I don't think it will.
No one knows. Like,
If they were just doing that classic American thing where like, there's no jiu-jitsu in Poland, and you're like, mate, there was like 3 Polish people on fucking CJI. Like, there's loads of jiu-jitsu there. It's
100%.
Like, it's just because it's not in America. That
yeah.
I'm like,
There's
shut
lots of
up.
tough world-class people over there.
Yeah, so I think it's big over there, and it's big in Europe, and it's easy to like. Essentially, it being in Poland is the same as it being in Las Vegas if you live in New York.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Sorry. So for us, we live in England, different
yeah.
country, obviously. We'd have to travel across 2 to 3 countries to get there, but it's probably the same distance as going from New York to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So like, the fact that it's in Europe, there's fucking loads of jiu-jitsu in Europe.
Yeah.
Easily as much jiu-jitsu in Europe as there is in America.
Yeah.
And everyone will be travelling in to watch it.
I think
It'll
that's
be
just
fucking exciting.
it's just an American thing.
Yeah, it's just
it's
that
the-
nothing happens outside of America.
yeah.
The world stops existing.
Oh, it's
just
so
like,
funny how that
come
happens. You see it on so many American podcasts where they talk about America like it's the whole world.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I think it's just part of the culture, isn't it?
I think so. And I wonder if the same thing happens in like China and like India. I think because
Maybe.
just such big countries with so many people,
Yeah.
whether they just sort of just get blinkered to anything else that happens
Yeah.
outside of there.
Maybe. Because something like the States, it's almost like the way it's set up is it's lots of countries stitched together.
Yeah.
Kind of like Europe.
Yeah.
You know, because they've got their own state law.
All those states could easily be separate countries.
Yeah, because they've, you know, you've got, I think of the difference in culture between, like, I don't know, Florida and New York and Pennsylvania and Minnesota, or, you know.
Yeah, they're almost like completely different countries.
Yeah, totally. They've got their own state laws, and they're all wildly different. You know, you compare somewhere like Texas or Florida to a lot of the rest of the country, it's like, it's a totally different place, really. And it's so vast. It's so vast. Which is why I think you could have a niche following for something. Say, like, you know, sport or music or art or something, and it could be a tiny slice of a niche slice of the country. It's still a huge amount of people that are into whatever it is you're into. It makes it a viable thing to do. Because what is it, 350 million people over there now? Yeah,
something like that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always I always think that when you'll see, like, it's the same sort of thing in Brazil. There's so many people in Brazil, and, like, to give it a jiu-jitsu context, there are, like, some people that I look at who you don't you've kind of heard of them, but not really, and they've got, like, fucking 500,000 followers.
Yeah.
And you're like, who the like, no one's ever heard of this guy, really, but obviously he's massive in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, so he's got loads of followers, and there's so many people down there, and you just think, like, they're obviously doing really well.
Yeah.
But, like,
they don't need everybody else, do they?
Yeah. It's funny.
I think it's because we live in a small island. It's almost like it's harder for us to comprehend, isn't it? Because you need a lot of people relatively in this country to follow you to make something viable, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a nicer little bookend than fucking fish to end on.
It's true. We got Collision tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
The team out. We've got youngsters on there. We've got slightly less youngsters, and we've got medium-aged people.
Yeah.
No oldies, I don't think.
It's a veritable buffet.
Yeah,
of
it's
ages.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see the team go out there and perform. Yeah. There's some good matches. We've got about 5 or 6 people performing.
There's lots of good regular performers now, and competitors in the team. The competition team, I think, is getting very strong. I agree.
I think it's getting very strong, and they're getting on big shows, and I think over the next 3 to 5 years, there's going to be, like, a real strong competition team competing on every top card, pushing it.
It's exciting.
Yeah. I've got some plans to get people over to trials and things like that. And let's just see how they do.
Right. That's so exciting.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
You just got to get out there and see how people do.
Yeah.
They're competing on the biggest cards. They're winning golds at everything they go to. They're smashing, like, top names. It's like, let's get them out on. Yeah. Let's get a team.
Yeah. Why not step up and
see what happens?
Give it a go? Yeah.
Yeah. So why not? You know, if they can go onto Polaris and get a win, or they can go to Grapple Fest or something like that and get a win. Yeah. They can go to ADCC or Naga and start winning competitions like that. It's like, well,
which is happening.
Yeah. It's like, well, let's get out there and don't be afraid of anyone.
Yeah.
Pick the top names in your division and start, like, going up against them. Yeah. And seeing what happens and
reach for the stars, baby.
Yeah, there's some good stuff coming out of our team at the moment, so it's good, and promoters take note.
Yes.
Not me, fucking, I'm old. I'm a has-been. But the youngsters that are coming up are fucking bad.
You're the master splinter. You and Cole, the master splinter.
Sit back and let them live vicariously through them.
Yeah. And watch them recover faster than we could ever dream of recovering.
Literally just had 2 weeks off with an injury. It's just, like, fucking ridiculous.
Mate, I tell you, you're talking about that. So my meniscus on this side is just ticking away, you know, and I haven't been able to grapple get down to the gym as much in the last few weeks. Even for me, it's just been really hard work-wise. And I was rolling with James today, and it was just kept sort of like zing, zing. You know, it's just, when is it going to get better? But I think if I was in my 20s, it'd probably be nearly gone by now. So it's just, young'uns, enjoy your youth, enjoy your young bodies. It doesn't last forever.
It's inappropriate. I'm sorry about him. But yeah, we will see you next time.
See you later, guys.
All right, guys, let's bow there and then we'll call it a day.